coming to you from Willie Stewart. Look at the studio. It's very compact, and the sound quality is amazing right inside here. However, I am, as I said, Leo Gilling, and I represent Jamaicans.com, and today we are going to be going into the heart and soul of Willie Stewart and his drumming, Willie Stewart and his band, and we're going to talk about with each of the band. And if you look on the wall, he's going to be telling me about some of these things, that some of these really expensive looking awards on the wall. So just bear with us, and he's coming right back to talk to us.
Mr. Leo.
Yes, good.
Welcome to the On the Beat studio.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, you can hear many things. This is On the Beat. Small room, but big beats,
Oh,
big rhythm,
God.
big heart.
You know, while you and I talked on air the other day, right?
Right.
And you promised that you were gonna get me inside your studio. Here I am, right?
Right.
It's good to be here. It's very compact studio.
Yes.
And the acoustics are so nice. I feel like I'm on a mic.
Right.
Anyway, so we talked about your time with your band Third World, right? And I noticed on the wall there's a lot of Third World pictures and awards and stuff. So tell us one by one, what are these? Tell us. Let's start from here.
All right. Well, I'll start. This is a little different because this is when I came to Miami. I was nominated for 2008 American African Achievers Award, but that's after I left Third World.
Okay.
So that's the
right.
Miami part.
Okay.
Down here is Mr. Stevie Wonder. Take a close view. You see him in the glasses.
Oh, yeah.
This was 1981 at Sabina Park when Bob Marley celebrating Bob Marley died.
Okay.
And we had a celebration of his life.
Okay.
Third World play on stage in the morning. We played when I said like 5 o'clock in the morning. And we played, and he came on and did Master Jamming, and then Rita Marley came on. It was unbelievable when he did jamming on his song. Jamming, and he says on the blocks, Third World on the one. It's like it came to pass, and people were playing his songs. People were playing his songs in the park, vendors.
Yes,
so Marley on the one, man, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So that was our concert. This is another American Achievers Award, but here we go here. This was this is one of our nominations. We never win a Grammy yet, but this was 1989. So nominated. This is Third World got nominated.
You see how uninformed I am. I didn't know that you get something for being nominated.
You get that.
Big time scene right there, 1989.
And up here is a picture when we were I was endorsing Yamaha drums while I was in Japan.
Oh, in Japan.
About 1983 or so. And
you had full hair, man.
Full hair, you notice, and the beard. All right, let's come down here now. Here, so. If you look here, if you can see right here, so this is when we did Rock the World, the great Rock the World.
Yes.
In white, when we did this was in Miami at Criteria Studios. We did Rock the World. Okay. As we move up, sir, Tracy, move up gentle. This was when I just joined Third World in 1975. Well, actually it was 76. New Year's night, my first engagement was at Playboy Club in Alaska.
Yeah. That's where I'm from.
Yeah, so you see, right there, so. And we did it, and that's us in San Francisco. That was us in San Francisco.
Okay.
Then this is the platinum album that we got from Japan with Stevie Wonder, Try Your Love.
Try Your Love.
And this is what we got a platinum. It sold over 280,000 copies. So Japan, double platinum is like 10% of what America is. That's what we got. In my works here, in what I do with my work percussion, I did a thing for US Command. If you know with the US Staff Command, I did a special thing for them, and they celebrated that.
Okay.
I was a member of Chamber, but don't go down there so far. Not no more. All right. So this is when young in Island Records, Bright, 22, LA, playing in Los Angeles, and we're playing there. Willie Stewart and the rest of the band members at UCLA in Los Angeles.
That's good.
Right. Here, so 1987, that's 89, this is 1987, we got another award, Grammy. I don't have all of them, I lost some of them during the way, but this is another one, right? Here, so, was that when I was younger, while I was in Third World, I studied, and I studied in LA, and that's my certificate over 3 years to be an orchestra and snare drum.
Okay.
Here, so now, this is a classic coming up here, right here. This classic here is Stevie Wonder, while we're doing Try Your Love, and you're playing us so close. Stevie is here. Richie is there, Carrot is there, and see me there, you might not recognize me, I look totally different. Let's see, that's me. Alright, moving up here now, we'll move over here. This is when I had with the drums, I was endorsing a special drum, it's called D drum. Sly used to use it. It's called D-Drum. Rhythm Magazine is England. And they did it of all the top drummers. See, Rick Allen, Kenny Orford, Sly Dunbar, Mel Gaynor, Ian Halwood, Larry London, Jim Shapin, Willie Stewart, and the rest of the people, Willie Cox, who played and endorsed that drum special. Here, so again, we have Stevie Wonder, again, performing. You see, Bonnie was on stage and Stevie there. It's a bit dark, but I saw the picture from them. And here now, Modern Drummer did August about 4 years ago, did a special on reggae drummers, which is very unusual. You obviously Bob Marley, Carlton Barrett a drum, and I got a full page, both 3 pages of the drum style and everything. But that's it. Then we move over by the keyboard player here. So we gently move over here, and we come to this wall. Now, underneath here, the first one at the bottom to the right was when we got the Peace Medal for the UN over here. We got the medal for our music, and we were playing at the UN in the cafeteria here. So that was that. Up here, Eddie Grant came and visited me. He's my good friend, Eddie Grant, the great Eddie Grant, and I was giving awards to my student when they were getting awards. This one, I trained him for 7 years, and he won the Under 16 World Championship for drums. Right in this room. Wow. Right in this room, I trained him. Up here now, when they had Santana is playing, that's Cat Santana, and I'm behind. If you look, you saw the picture up there, you can see me behind. What they made, if you remember when the Olympics come, 1986, to Atlanta, and they built all the House of Blues. That's what that was, and we 7,000 people, and Santana came and jammed with us on stage. Let's go down here now. Can you move again, sir? I'm so sorry that I have to do. You can also stick the camera, it won't bother you there. That there was when I was endorsed here, when I was endorsed in LP Percussion on there, playing timbales and all the guitar center and Sam Ashes, all of that. Third World got a reggae award, that was for, you can see it, 1996. For 4 seasons. I think it was Detroit, that's what it was. Now up there is a famous left of the band. That is the Third World that all people know. Regardless of what who say, that is the side that put Third World on map. That set up, those man them is the chemistry.
Give us
Kentucky Chicken.
Give us the names, give us the names.
Ibu Cooper to the left, Carrot Jarrett next, Bonnie Clark in the back, Willie Stewart in the middle, Richard Daly and the man Cat Core. That is the band. Whether it's foundation or whatever they call it, doesn't matter. That is the band that put them today while they're eating today. That band. Okay, so let's go here now. In the middle here, you had us while we're in CBS 1981. You see, if you see in the middle, you see Sade. And I am there. We were at one convention. CBS had a big convention. Sade was there. She was about to break, and they were breaking Third World at the same time. So it was in Hawaii, and to the left is a guy from Magnum PI. He rides a helicopter. If you look at him, PJ or JP or whatever. And then the lady there was English, Ula English Amanda. She was working CBS at the time, but she's Ula English. So that was then. And then the last one is your boy there. You can barely see me there hiding. When I was playing with Stevie Wonder's show on Sabina Park, that was my drum, special sonar designer drums, playing the show there. So I think that we covered. Most of that, of the wall. So this is my studio. Let me explain.
I was going to ask you that. So tell us.
This is my drum set here. It's called a Sonar Designer. Sonar has been very popular for me. Why? Because from I played the first hit, Now That We Found Love, was on a Rosewood Sonar. You might not understand the name, but that is the brand. It's like a BMW, and you have Benz, you have whatever, you have Lexus. Well, the brand of my drums has always been Sonar. Has always given me the hits. That Now They Found Love, 96, Sonar. So that is my drums. This is Mr. Leroy Romans, a very gifted, a very talented musician who also, we spent a lot of time in Jamaica, and he played and produced. And he also, when I left Third World, he was a keyboard player that went in at the time. So he was playing with Maxi Priest and many great musicians. And you see, he has the classical trained, even though he's never been classical trained. Yes, he has. He did flute. So he has that touch that is inevitably a fantastic keyboard player, right? And then also, and you have now my studio speakers and bass amp and things, and my little PA what we use in the room here. Then we move over here. We have another keyboard player called Vinny. He's coming. His keyboard setup is here. And then we come back now to the studio. Right here, if you look here, you can look at the equipment. You can't see the studio, but I have a full Pro Tools professional Apollo system, and we get an incredible, in this room, if you hear it, we get it's a dead sound, but we get an incredible accurate sound. So I can cross. So my thing is to be able to record musicians come in here and we jam and we record music that is back live, that plays with excellent sound, and we can play. That's what Willie Stewart and Friends is about.
When you say flat, it means that
you don't hear no echo.
There's nothing echo.
Because look, if you look at these, we put them in a certain way for the room, so that, and we put in, if you look to the side, bass traps. So the room, what you get is you're going to get this is exactly what you get.
So you create from there.
There's no extra. Okay. So you have it. So the mic gives you what you're doing. You can, and you can add.
You can add.
It's like if I give you too much salt and pepper.
Yes.
You're gonna say, oh, this is over. So you leave a little room for the people to add what they feel like. You know, so that's what it is.
So does this studio have a history of what can you tell me about it? What's the most important thing that happened in the studio?
Well, in the studio, great musicians, a lot of musicians have passed through.
Yes.
In the studio, I used to teach my whole life. It has changed over the last. I've had about 12 years. It has changed drastically because I used to have a couch in the middle, and I had 2 drums in the corner, and I did my all teaching. I had 40 kids coming a week, 40 kids on a weekly basis. At 7 o'clock Saturday morning, I teach back to 7 o'clock at night. And so all the kids came, it's like that, and then it's like those went and, some graduated, some became professionals, and I said, but world champion. And it's like I felt, well, I did that. And then started recording. I've done some great sessions, some of the things you listen to.
Yes.
People who has been in here and jam with me. And
so this is where those are recorded, some of the songs that
all the songs that you have there is recorded in here.
Oh.
So the sound is thing. So I'm going to move.
Phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
Yes.
I just blessed. This room is just blessed. Whatever it is inside is just, you feel like you want to create, and the vibes is always good. That's why I used to, because the acoustics are great and it does have a pleasant vibe. And I've talked to musicians in here. A drum, everything that music that I love is done inside this room. So it's full of love.
Tell me about the students. What happened? Did the school send the students to you, or you?
No, but I used to work at Music Tech, which is down the road, and then we had a lot of students that I would teach. I was a head percussion teacher. So then I decided that I'm going to move, because what happened, it was okay. What they had was really nice, but when the people came here, they loved it, because you automatically you felt the professionalism, the lights, everything, and the sound and the drums and everything. So, and then I started to teach here. So I would be pinned down there for weeks teaching, and on summer we would have students come and I teach them recording, how to play and record, and how to be a drummer to record. So it gave me that extra ability to be able to show them and why, and teach about the music business and why I did this. And then because I had more time in summer, and then when they went to school now, there was no problems, because of limited time, they would have improved on certain things and styles and their weaknesses.
So do you take this into the schools also? Do you?
Yes. Well, I do the journey of drums, which I show importance of where the African drums from, how it came out and all that, and teach that and show it to people, and the evolution of it and the difference of how it relates to modern music, where did it come from, the start of that, things like that.
Wow, I know you have some of your band members here.
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm going to ask you to talk to Mr. Leroy and let him tell you about himself. All right? I'm going to let you talk to him. I'll be back in a minute. All right. I have a young musician here that is a bassman that is phenomenal, Mr. Archibald. He's a Ramel. He's right here, so after you can talk to him. He's incredible. He's young, but the man has a brain of a. It's like he's been here for years. We call old soul. He know all the things them, nothing past him. All right, so Mr. Leroy, sir.
Leroy, what's your last name?
Romans.
Leroy Romans. Is that kind of?
You look like my brother.
So you're Jamaican?
Yeah.
Okay, so which part of Jamaica you go from?
Kingston. Grew up in Hanover mainly, but Kingston is the hometown.
If you grew up in Hanover, that means you have family in Hanover.
Yes.
Okay, and my family is in Hanover too.
Cool.
So that's why I favor you. So tell us your journey. What's your journey? Where did you start? You know where you are now.
Okay, sort of. so I started on the flute basically because I couldn't get a saxophone in school. And that turned into a classical thing at the Jamaica School of Music. A funny story, ended up playing keyboards at a very crazy life at the time where I was kind of homeless. And then the school of Jamaica School of Music called me and guy named Paul Hibbert that I'm trying to configure the story so it's like a little short because it's kind of long. So the short of the story is he came and he got us a gig in Barbados through the School of Music. They wanted a keyboard player and they wanted a trumpeter. Was homeless at the time and I was going through a hard time. And he just said, "You want to go Barbados?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And so I took the trip without knowing anything about keyboards. I was a classical flautist. So ended up that those guys wanted to rehearse for the next day to perform. No. Exactly. So that ended up in me staying there as a guard to the band house. And that's how I picked up keyboards, taught myself through the flute, and just, ended up taking it. A year after that, the same band hired me.
So you didn't get any job then?
I didn't get any job then. I just was practicing and guarding the band house and all that stuff. It was a crazy time, but I got a job playing keyboards for a group after about 3 months of like digging in every day, no sleep pretty much, so.
Okay,
that was nice. The journey, and then I went back to Jamaica. Then the studio vibe got me. I worked with pretty much everybody in the studio. Then I went on tour with Maxi Priest.
With Maxi Priest?
Yeah, that was my first tour.
So you got hired by Maxi Priest. How long after you went to Barbados?
Roughly 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. Okay. I thought it was that 1 year, period. Okay. And then, when did you come to the United States?
I came here. I've been coming here ever since the tour started, early 90s.
Yes.
But I settled here in 2000.
In 2000. Okay. Yeah. He told me that you went back to Jamaica.
Yeah.
And you worked with Third World?
I worked with Third World after Maxi Priest and the Wailers. I toured with the Wailers, and then after that, Third World called me. Bunny called me up and said, "Would like your services, sir." I'm like, "You serve me? I'm just serving you." And it was a great vibe at the time, and and I enjoyed it tremendously for 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
and then I went on, and the studio keep calling me for production. That thing like, produce.
Yes.
Yes.
So
been doing that ever since I settled in Miami.
So tell us about working with Willie. Tell us about your experience working with Willie.
Oh man, we go far back, almost 20 years now, or more over. Willie and I kind of clicked, spiritually, and just the journey started with Third World, but it's like. Willie is a very warm soul to me. Like we kind of found each other. It's like and it just ended up that we just been together for some unknown reason. We just keep like coming back together, over time. But the works that I used to work with Mikey Bennett first when I went back to Jamaica from Barbados. And during that time, I met Willie. Willie came over to Mikey Bennett's studio, and we just vibed. And I went over to his studio. We started doing music together. Produced Cindy, Shakespeare, Breakspeare, and that was it. We just took off from there. Doing lots of different things. We ended up gigging together. I ended up going back to Third World after he left. That was a hard decision for me because I was right in the middle of it, Okay. I was jamming with them, and then all of a sudden, like, the big separation, I was like, how do I handle this? Yes. Wow. So I had to make a decision for myself that, everything happens for a good reason, and if I can make some good of it, then fine. And at the time, I wasn't doing much. And I just said, look, it's work. Let me take the job and see where it goes, you know.
Okay.
And I had a long talk with Willie about it. I had, you know, just a brief conversation with Ibu about it, you know. And so it's cool, you know. We're all cool with it, and you know, it's worked. So
It worked out.
that
And then you're working with him now closely with the kids also. Do you work with him?
Yes, yes. When I saw Willie coming from England after his, you know, separation from Third World, and he did this, you know, thing with the percussion and the kids, and I saw his, like, Willie always have this little spirit,
Passion.
like crazy, like baby, like, you know,
Yes.
enthusiastic,
Yes.
you know, excited about the music all the time, like non-stop,
Yes.
right? And I saw that. I'm like, Willie found his calling, man.
Yes, yes.
Wow, that's amazing. I have to support whichever way I can, you know. So when he called me up, I was just, of course, man, come on, let's do this. You know, so that was the beginning of it, and he took it to a whole nother level.
So did you ever go back to fluting?
I do it every now and then. You know, right now, not as much because I'm a producer. I can't put the flute in everything.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know, so, and it wasn't that popular of an instrument. It was my
Still not.
first love.
Right.
You know, and I wanted to play the sax, but ironically, my son took that over.
Oh,
He's
okay.
playing the tenor sax now. And
Okay,
it's
okay.
So you know, that's a beautiful journey with Willie and coming up and seeing how everything came together. You know,
Okay.
with
Hey,
vibes.
thank you very much. Thank you
Respect.
very much for this. Yes.
Respect.
And continue playing, man. I love.
Respect. Man.